Hey, how you doing? This is John and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're going to look at genderqueer. Okay? Let's get your infinite genders in order. Let's, forget about the patriarchy and let's get the male gaze out of the way. So before we do that, I will take a sip and I see we got a few people. Everything look good, everything sound good. Okay? I see I got my two moderators in the crowd. All right. This is a book that seems to be a hot topic these days, and uh, nobody's read it. Nobody knows anything about it. So I saw it was on sale on Amazon, and I took a bite. I bought a copy and I read it. It was an easy read. So let's address the chat for a second. There we got Haldir. Thank you. We got Marcus, our two moderators. We got DC Miller. Gonna make Maya Co become a yeah, she's welcome. This is an inclusive place. We're non-exclusive. I got a Cracker Barrel ad. That's kind of interesting. Well, like the male gaze. Okay. I got an Expedia ad. Well, that means I made half a penny, which is good because this will probably get demonetized. Why should it though? It's good enough for young kids in schools. So let's look at that. See, it says it's a teen readers and adult books. So we got the Stowell Award. This is the hardcover edition. You know, the list price is $35. I would not have done this if it was $35. So binding is good solid book. And this is way too big to go through every page. So we will skim through. It's night up here, stay time down there. Let's go. Here's it. Introduction by ND Stevenson. Actually paid for it. Yeah, if you guys want to super chat me and help me out, I paid $12.99 for this. Okay, so let's look at this. June 2022. So, like I said, I'm invoking my. This is Oni Press. I'm invoking my rule, or I don't showcase the entire comic. I am not a pirate website, so I will go through certain pages. So here she is going off to school. Okay, there you go. And now she's going off, she's living on her own, and she's vaguely resentful of everything that's going on. And now she is going back to a book that she was writing as a kid. Da 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 da. That was the introduction, and here we go. So let's check this. Oh, Comics Mate, how you doing? How you doing? Every couple of pages, I will address the chat. So it starts out in 1992. They moved to a house with no electricity. See, this is the main character. This is the sister, and whatever, the whole family. They don't have any water. They have an outhouse. They're all peeing outside. They're afraid of spiders. And her best friend, and they just played. So there's the parents. Okay, there's the property. Again, they have no power, and they're all outside. What are we reading? Matt Bauer wants to know. Matt Bauer, you want to know? We're reading Genderqueer. Okay, so everybody's arguing about it, everybody's fighting about it, so I'm biting the bullet and actually talking about it. So this is her mom, this is her, and she likes snakes. Okay, so she's obsessed with snakes. Big deal. That's so far nothing's insane. She's and this is her first encounter with gender conformity. The boys build a tree house. So I just like to put out that the boys built the tree house and they won't let her in because she's a girl and girls have cooties, So what's a cootie? I actually feel a little bad for that. Oh, DC Miller, good. He says the book is so good he's now gay. Well, let's celebrate. So now she's doing artwork, nothing special. She likes to play sports with the boys, and the boy says, "What are you, a boy or a girl?" Because she's got long hair. She dresses like a tomboy. Back in those days, they were tomboys. So now they going on a field trip to the river. They all go swimming. She takes off her shirt, and they all laugh at her. Girls are supposed to wear shirts. It's so horrible, so horrible. The teacher tells her you got to wear shirts. So now this is her mother. Okay. Neither of my parents were interested in enforcing gender roles. So this is her mother, weaver, sewer, blah, 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 vegetarian, degree in botany. So I would just like to point out that the parents had PhD. Okay. The father, degree in physics. He's a PhD physics professor. Okay, playing music, and now they're also. And she notices that all the girls are shaving their legs. She's now has water droplets collecting on her, and they tease her. They tease her. Now they're all jumping rope. She doesn't know how to jump rope. Now here is I would just like to point out, yeah, hippies, dirty, dirty hippies. I would just like to point out this. Now, I'm going to read this. This was emotionally and literally true. At 11 years old, I had not yet learned to read. Okay, so I know Marcus has children. I know Matt has kids. Comics Gate, do you have? What grade is that? 11. That's what's that? Sixth grade? Is that sixth grade? What grade is 11 years old? So she's going to school. We already affirmed that she's going to school. She's going on field trips. Her dad is there. You know, both of her parents are PhDs. She's in sixth grade. She can't read. Okay. Yes, sixth grade. Okay. I got some confirmation over here. So this is the first big red flag. Everything before this, I'm like, okay, this is kind of innocent. The little girl, whatever. I remember in kindergarten, I over the summer, we went to a summer home and I was friends with, oh geez, I can't even remember. And it was really like weeks before I realized that it was a girl. It didn't change anything, but I didn't know if it was a boy or girl. But that's just the way kindergartners are, especially when you're running around, playing in the mud and stuff like that. So, okay, so she's in sixth grade. She can't read. Not only she can't read, but she doesn't know how to she doesn't know like what girls do. All the girls are doing jump rope and they're kind of teasing her and everything. So she was good at drawing, and whenever there was a snake, they got Maya. Da, 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 da. So in the summer between fifth and sixth grade, I made a breakthrough. She discovered Harry Potter, and now she's reading. Okay, so how do these these PhDs, get this kid into fifth grade, going into sixth grade, and she couldn't read? What were they learning in this school? So now her stomach hurts. What do we got there? What do we got there? Do I have to say it out loud? She has no idea what's happening to her. Okay. So she's now in sixth grade. She has no idea of what, menstrual cycles are. She doesn't want to tell anybody. She thinks it's just something that's going to go away. She sticks toilet paper in her pants, so it looks like she has a diaper. This for 3 days, she's walking around like this, and she explains her mom, and the mom explains it. So now she has no idea what just happened to her. So now she's wearing pads for so long that they're turning crusty. Okay. It even says they resemble coffee beans. She has nightmares about this. I don't know about you guys. I don't have a daughter. I don't have a son, but I would like to think that this is where you would like talk to your kid, talk to a doctor, get some therapy. But no, not PhDs, not a PhD, but botanist, not a PhD physicist. So she never had clean pads at schools. So in the bathroom, she would just be bloody and people would make fun of her. She was walking around with blood on her. And is it anyone? It's amazing I never developed a urinary tract infection. So now it's time for her first bra. She's got the hairy legs. She's got the hairy legs, and her aunt tells her if you shave your legs, your hair will grow back darker and thicker. So she decides never to shave her legs. So da 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 da. So now she's like, I wish I didn't have any gender. I wish I didn't have any gender. Why? Because I don't know. You draw your own conclusions. So now they're playing truth or dare. Whatever. It's all for normal stuff. And I'm going to skip around because I don't want to show the whole book. So here's what she's doing in school: ceramics, blacksmithing, weaving, hat making, farming. Notice that we don't see any reading, math, science, or social studies, whatever. But that is cool stuff. I do agree that is cool stuff. And now here she is, freshman year in high school. The older kids come in and they start the Queer Social Alliance. Okay. The Queer Social Alliance. Nope. And they just walk up to her and say, why don't you join? So she joins the Queer Social Alliance. Freshman in high school. What is a freshman in high school? I don't even know what. Yay, there's gay penguins in the zoo. Yay, she discovers Strangers in Paradise, a comic that I actually absolutely love. I had Terry Moore on my channel. I love, and now everything's gay. So now not only does she wear a bra, but the bra is too tight. It is so tight that it hurts her ribs because she doesn't know how to wear a bra. They never took her to for any of this stuff. And here, this, I'm not making this up. One day, the guidance counselor called me into her office. Can I see you for a minute? Sure. Very sweaty from playing soccer. I'm going to bring it up at an issue that might be uncomfortable. Do you wear deodorant? No. People have noticed that occasionally you have strong body odor. Wearing a deodorant might be a good idea. So, Mom, will you be buying me a deodorant? What kind? So here she is. She's in high school. She stinks. She stinks. She smells. She smells. So normal kind. She finds out that she's allergic. So she gets another kind. And now she's just the smelly girl in school. And now she's listening to other conversations. They don't like her because she smells. And she discovers David Bowie, which is great. David Bowie is awesome. The parents give her David Bowie records, and it changes her life. Again, I'm going to skip. This is, the rest of it's kind of, I can't skip this page. So now she's 11 or 12 years old. She's laying in the grass, fantasizing that she has a penis and pretending to masturbate because this is what is good for junior high school kids. And she's stuffing socks down her pants to simulate a bulge. And she's fantasizing about being a boy, making out with another boy. And the first time she had an orgasm, she was driving and imagined getting a BJ. Okay. And then listen to this. When I finally got old enough to not be embarrassed by talking about this stuff with my sister, it never really occurred to you to put something into your vagina, not even a finger? No, it didn't. You've never tasted yourself? No way. Wait, you have? Of course, and you should try. Vagina slime. Vagina slime. Nope, I refuse to do it. Da 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 da. So now she decides that she hates being a girl. And then it gets all flowery and blah blah blah. And she's learning now that there's the word's called transgenderism and all this fun stuff. She goes to high school, discovers all these books, and now she wants to cut her hair off, because she has long hair. She cuts it off. Ta-da! Now she has an androgynous haircut. And this is her sister, also queer, but I guess she's not disgusting. Again, she doesn't know how to wear bras. It hurts. So, you can't properly breathe properly wearing. You may not be allowed to buy it. So she's been buying the wrong size bras forever. And now she's 13. She looks like a boy, whatever. She's fascinated with Oscar Wilde. I went through an Oscar Wilde phase too. Again, and now a boy called her up and asked her out on a date and she doesn't want to do it. She's freaking out, whatever. Now her hippie parents, she sees pictures of her parents when they're young, how the parents enjoyed their sexuality. And now she's got a role as a boy in a play, and she discovered the joys of binding. But watch out, it could lead to cracked ribs. So there you go. Learn how to bind, learn how to crack your own ribs. Contain those honkers. So here she wished she could cut her for boobs and blah blah blah. Here she is. She's attracted to a girl. She doesn't know how to talk to him. So now her friend is like, your friend likes you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm skipping pages because I don't want to get a copyright strike, And here she is. She's fascinated with figure skating and blah, blah, blah. It's all nonsense. Okay, so now here she is. She's in college. She has to get a checkup. And it's the first time she visits a gynecologist. And the gynecologist is asking her basic questions. She doesn't know what a pap smear is. She doesn't know how to take care of herself. She doesn't. I even know what this thing is. You know what I mean? And she's crying. She's freaking out. She's freaking out. It was akin to being sexually assaulted. She feels like her body is being stabbed. Was this part of the new 52? Funny comment. So she vows to never see a female doctor again. At least she went to In-N-Out Burger. And here she is. She's going to gay pride parades. She feels like she fits in a gay pride. And here she is writing a fan fiction based on gay sex, because that's what, excellent. That's what kids need. Now she's plotting her, sexual cycle, and she buys a vibrator. A friend talks her to buying a vibrator. She uses it. Oh my God, I don't like it. It hurts. It feels weird. I don't like it. Not for me. So she gives her used vibrator to a friend. Let her friend use the used vibrator. And now she gets obsessed with comics. So she's reading comics and categorizing them, taking her obsession out. This I could sympathize with because I do the same thing. analyzing all of her. And now it's like, hey, do you identify as cisgender? No, well, you don't. What's cisgender? You have old pronouns. You could use different pronouns, and uh, you don't have to be super feminine to be a woman. And this is the mother actually talking sense. He's like, you don't have to be feminine to be a girl. You're still a girl. The mother doesn't get it. I don't want you to hate your own body. And the mother is just like, for example, if I could just remove my entire reproductive, what about having kids? We want to have grandkids. And she's like, no, I don't want to be resenting a kid for taking up all my time. I'm way too selfish for parenting. At least she admits that. Plus, the thought of growing a parasite inside my body makes me want to vomit. Parasite. And the mother laughs at her. She goes, I never thought of you as a parasite while you were growing inside me. I thought of the mother actually gets a little sympathetic as she gets older when she realizes her kid has problems and she will never have grandkids. So now she decides she wants to write fan fiction, but a romance. So she's actually writing fan fiction of Supernatural, the two brothers, and she wants the two brothers to make out. So, but she doesn't know anything about kissing. So she decides she's going to ask out a girl for research reasons to kiss. So here they are. She watched 10. So to put this in perspective, this is her research. She watched 10 hours of live college dancing. She spent several hours driving around San Francisco, and she went to the studio where they filmed Kink.com. So if you ever, and I don't tell me it didn't, if you guys go look up Kink.com, you'll see what kind of films they. So she's telling kids about Kink.com, and that autoandrophilia refers to a person assigned female at birth who is sexually aroused at the thought of having male genitalia or being a man. So that's her. And now she's doing all these questionnaires and blah, blah, blah. And she's basically interviewing this person to see if she would make out with this person for research purposes. It's just silly. So here she is. Now, here it is. She puts on a strap on, and here we go. I'm not even going to say it out loud, but here. So this is what she does on her date, and this is exciting for her. And she doesn't know. She decides sex is not for her. So she finds out about frogs. Some frogs could change their sex, so she's just like a frog. There we go. And then, I wanted to find the pronoun stuff. I was in actually Rob uses they them pronouns that they do. That's so cool. I was on their blog, and what can I find? So now she's friends. This is Amelia, who's really a guy now, takes testosterone all the time. Your period stop. That's amazing. Look at this. I'll let you know. Did you grow a dick? No, I didn't grow a dick, but otherwise I'm amazing. So she goes to a store and she starts buying like cartoon underwear because she's reverting to a kid. She doesn't like these bras. So she finds other like sporty bras. And then she doesn't like the girly underwear because she's a problem. So she learns about like boys' underwear and everything like that. So here she is. She likes to wear little boys' underwear. All right. And there, what am I? Where's the page with the pronouns? Okay. Asking people to start using no pronouns for me seems like a huge request. I know people will mess up, and what do? Correct them? Will they get mad? I love to use these pronouns, but I don't want to inconvenience people. So here, listen to this. So instead of asking people to do something to make you more comfortable, you'd rather just be a little uncomfortable all the time. You'd rather internalize and carry that discomfort every time someone loves you, misgenders you. Yeah, well, you put it that. So rather than you be inconvenienced, you'd rather inconvenience other people. Because she says it's an inconvenience. She doesn't say it's life-threatening. So here you go. That's how selfish she is. She, rather than be, inconvenience other people by making them memorize all this nonsense, she, I don't want to be inconvenienced. So other people have to go out of their way to not inconvenience me. And then the rest of the book, she's played Settlers of Catan, which is an excellent game. She's a board gamer. She reads comic books, but she had a horrible childhood. And now she's oversharing. She actually fights with her lesbian aunt because her lesbian aunt is like telling her that she's an internal misogynist. You are a girl. You have a deeply internalized hatred of women. And they get into a fight and then they make up. But here she is my aunt, right? No, she doesn't hate women. She has a problem because her parents were hippies and didn't teach. So now she meets this quack who basically says, there are people who have different chromosomes. So there are people with actual body gender. So that means whatever you feel is perfectly acceptable in your head. You know what I mean? So they're even saying that she has probably a hormone imbalance in her brain, but she has a perfectly normal female body. So don't address the hormone imbalance, address the body and make everybody else conform to your hormone imbalance. Because, when I have a fever, everybody else in the world must conform to the way my body's feeling. So here she is, chest binders, you know, she's thinking of herself as king. And the rest of the book is just here she has taken her medicine for the rest of her life. It makes her puke, makes her uncomfortable. It gives her depression, but it's wonderful because you now could be gender queer. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and I'm skipping through. And this was kind of interesting, the little, thumbnails and collaborations. And, I actually do enjoy seeing that kind of stuff, the other work that goes into it, the first drafts and everything. So there you go. I went through fast because I don't want to show every page. It's still a new comic, but there you go. Now you guys can actually see what's in Genderqueer. For those of you who, we have political fights. I hope I provided some sort of political service, and I will go to the chat. Does anybody have anything to say? Cis is a slur. No, cis is a silly word. It means normal. When you say man, cis is implied. It's all it is like Norm Macdonald said, cis is a made-up word to make normal people feel marginalized. And yes, sign up for my Substack for Heroic Tales. Guys, it is happening real soon. I got the Pat Broderick variant cover that was holding me up, and I even got the second variant cover because each platform I want to have a different variant cover. Geez Louise, a lot of lettering. Yes. What does that say? Less. I'm afraid I don't speak German. I think that's German. Less lagen flower manchen. So there you go. Anybody have anything to say? Anybody want to comment on Genderqueer? We got 22 people in the chat. Anybody want to introduce themselves? Anybody? Norm was right. Norm Macdonald was a genius. So I'm going to have a sip. If I could just open up to a random page, she's miserable. This person is miserable. It's all internal problems brought up by the fact that she needs counseling and never got it because, she's sixth grade. She didn't know how to read. She just running around in the woods, pissing all over the place. There you go. Don't be hippies. That's the pages with the doctor look like a joy to read. Yeah, the whole book was a joy to read. I'm very enlightened now. This is the deluxe edition, so it's got extra stuff, extra pages. Oni Press. Maya, I would like to invite Maya on here and ask her. I don't really think it's appropriate for younger kids. It also doesn't really show that an intervention was needed. This kid was failed. She was the perfect storm of what not to do. She was, not that there's anything wrong with growing up like in a house with no electricity and stuff like that, but like the parents just seemed to be like, yeah, we're hippies, we're free spirits, man. Yeah, let our kids do whatever they want. The kids running around in the woods, peeing and pooping everywhere, and then they just don't give her any guidelines and help. To the point where, what is she learning in school? She's in 5th grade. She can't read. How did she make it to 5th grade and not read? When her parents were PhDs. Adam Carolla had hippie parents who couldn't read until his 30s. Yeah. Fortunately, he has some common sense. I joked that I couldn't read in 3rd grade. I mean, I could read well enough, but I didn't like to read. It was a struggle to read. I could sound out, but I didn't make it to 5th grade. Comic books actually got me to read. So this is going on for 24. I guess I'll go for a half hour. I thought it was going to go longer, but I was kind of going quick. I don't know why. I'm thinking like if I go quick, it'll bypass the YouTube censors or whatever. But it's good enough for children. It's good enough for YouTube. So anybody have anything to say? Anybody want to comment on anything? This Sunday, I will be doing Hulk #1 for Sunday Comics. The campaign page for Heroic Tales is being built. So I got a guy designing it for me. He's going to send me the approval, and then my comic has to approve it, and then I guess it'll have like a sign up page or whatever, and I'll just go around promoting that for a couple of weeks and then launch it. Kids could fake reading. Yeah, yeah, kids, kids could fake reading, but it looks like the parents didn't care. This was actually very similar to Hulk 1, yes, because of the rage and and turning into a monster, I guess. It didn't have any cursing in it. No, no, it did not have cursing in it. It had language, language, but well, I mean, is BJ a curse? I don't know, but is it a word that you need kids to learn? You know, look at this disgusting kid. Did, smells, just goes to school stinking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're right. It didn't have cursing in it, but uh, you know, vagina slime. There you go. Let's fantasizing about writing about two brothers making out, and then doing research by going to the location of kink.com. To me, that was the biggest objectionable thing in the entire book. Why do young kids have to know about an existence of a website that does BDSM porn? Yes, I looked it up to confirm what it was before I talked to you. So if the FBI sees my what do you call it? I forget what it's called. Yes, it is a sad story. I actually do feel bad. I feel bad, and I feel bad that this person is now an adult and they're celebrating. I don't want to say abuse. I don't think she was abused. She was neglected. She was neglected, and nowhere along the way did anybody, there's a point where you're an adult, like when you're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, or around that page, depending upon your emotional, like you can't blame the parents anymore. It's time to, take reins of your own life, become the author of your own fate. But before that, none of the parents, I mean, didn't the teachers that saw that she was the smelly kid, browsing history, that's the word. What didn't the teachers know that she was the smelly kid? Did they alert the parents? When this kid's walking around in school with toilet paper jammed down her pants, stinking from clotted blood, and when taking the pad off and it's ripping her off because it's stuck to her, did the parents just go, here's a pad? I don't know. I don't know. Did did anybody teach her? Didn't anybody notice she didn't have any friends? Didn't anybody notice that she was walking around peeing and pooping in public like an animal? I don't know. It's really freaking sad. And now, and now she's taken she'd had to have stunk for years. Yes, yes, absolutely. She absolutely stunk. And then she wore bras that didn't fit her, and it caused damage to her ribs. You know, every step of the way, it just sounds like bad, neglecting parents. I don't know. What do you guys think? And then I'm going to learn how to kiss. So I'm going to go to a porno location, a BDSM porn location. You know, I'm sure you learned a little bit more than kiss. Why did they have to include that in the book for teen readers? Teen readers, teen readers should know what kink.com is. So there you go. That's genderqueer. This is a half hour. What do you guys say? Anything? I'll filibuster for a minute or two. You guys, what do you think? Do you feel educated now? Are you now a LGBT LMNOP allies now? I wonder if it's all true. You know what? I bet it's all true. I bet it's all true, and it doesn't matter because it's in a book. You know, I was going to say something controversial, like it's being presented as the truth. Like, is the Bible true? I don't know, but that's what people believe is true. Is the Quran true? I don't know, but that's what's being told as the truth. This is the same thing. To vulnerable kids, to kids who probably have problems. I'm gonna go paint a rainbow. Then my work is done. Your stomach hurts. You're probably having your male period, Marcus. Males can have periods too. That's probably what it is. So anybody, Bueller, this is what I do with my Friday night. This is what I do with my Friday nights. Excellent, right? What a waste of time this is. But there you go. I don't know what else to say. The comments are dying down. I for some reason thought this was going to be comment to Palooza, but I guess either people are shocked or they're just like, oh well. All right, so I guess I'll wind it down. There you go, everybody. There's genderqueer. You know, um, email me at John's Longbox, and first person I'll mail you. I'll mail you genderqueer. I'll see all you they thems later. Don't forget the streets. Don't forget the struggle. You are valid. I love you. Whatever you believe is true. This style might be good for where she's cutting her arms in a bathtub. Yes. Yeah, the other end. And then everybody else is blamed except her parents. All right. And you know what? The art, I didn't say anything about the art. Why? Because to me, the art is fine for this type of stuff. The art didn't bother me. And I know I'm going to laugh. You're going to laugh at me, but she graduated college with a degree in comics. So this is, after years, this is a PhD comic art quality. Marcus, you went to the School of Visual Arts. How do you think this would have done over there? So this is a San Francisco school, PhD, doctorate of graphic and sequential art. This. Okay. I'm sure she could draw better if she wanted to. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. There you go. Oh, Tonic Ball is here. Tonic Ball. I just jumped in. You just jumped in just as I was leaving. Tonic Ball is launching Saving the World number 11 this Thursday. And I will have a launch party Friday because I won't be here this Thursday. I feel bad that I can't host the launch party, but we will have a launch party on Friday, a day late. If everything's okay, I will have a launch party on Thursday. That depends. I'm going to hospital for surgery for a hernia. They say it's no big deal, that I should be in and out. So if I'm feeling good, we'll have the launch party on Thursday. I just don't like to tell people. Now it could be a hit. What could be a hit? I guess I think Marcus is a little ton up. So thanks a lot for showing up, Tonic Mole. We did The Lovely Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe. And yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same thing, I've been inspired. I've been inspired, Tonic. What do you want me to say? I'm an ally. I got to prove it. I'm visiting my dad next week. Visit your dad. Good. And a couple of yes, you went to SVA. A couple of friends of mine were talking about going to the Heroes Con in June this year, and I might actually have a buddy to drive down with. So Marcus, I'll be down your way maybe in June. All right. I'm going to close this down. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of just stalling. But back Tonic Bowl. And when you're done reading Saving the World, get a copy of Genderqueer. There you go. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.